You finally wrote your book that you intended to grow your business, bring in clients, but instead, well, it's gathering dust, either digital or real. It's not doing its job. Why is that? In this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 credibility killers that could be affecting your book. And these aren't necessarily rookie mistakes. Even seasoned experts make these mistakes. They're easy to do. I've made them, and sometimes I make them over and over again because I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was focused on something else. So if you just take a look at these 5 things and then fix them, 9 times out of 10, your book will start doing what it needs to do. Hi, my name's Carma Spence, and I help big thinkers, visionary leaders, and seasoned experts use books to grow their business. It's that simple. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so that this video and others like it will get out to more people like you who want to use books to grow their business. So let's get to the 5 things that you should be looking at to make sure that you aren't making these mistakes. And the first one is your cover. Your cover is the first conversion tool. So it needs to look like what it's supposed to be. And a poorly designed cover that doesn't just look amateur, but tells your audience that you're not credible, that is a big problem. Sometimes people DIY it and they just use the template as is. They don't personalize it. That can make you look amateurish. And I'm not saying that Canva templates are necessarily bad, but if you're using the wrong template for your book, if your cover says, hey, this book is really about sales and it's about healthcare, you've got a problem. So what I usually recommend people do is look at the books that are in your genre that are best selling. Look at least 5 of them. Find the things that you like about those and make sure your cover has those. Sort of a franking cover from what's working in the world. So like right now, a lot of books in the business space don't have any images at all. They're just a color and a different colored font that has a high contrast, and that's it. Another mistake a lot of newer authors make on their cover is they put their name at the top. Well, unless you're some really, really, really famous person, your name goes at the bottom. Because the first thing a person looks at is the top of the cover, and they need to see it and say, yes, this topic is for me. So that's number 1, your cover. And that is fixable. You don't need to change your ISBN to change your cover. So you would just need to redesign it and go. And you can get a decently designed cover for like $300. Just go to 99 Designs and hold a contest, have a bunch of designers design your cover, and there you go. All right, number 2, your blurb should sell the transformation, not the contents. Listing what's inside. So like 10 chapters about this, or I talk about that. That's not what people care about. They want to know, if I read this book, what's going to happen? So what is the transformation you're leading your reader through? What can they expect to change in their life if they read your book and follow your steps? Talk about that. So for example, with Public Speaking Superpowers, I say it's a public speaking 101 course in a book. If you read this, you will know all the things you need to know to get started as a speaker, either to grow your business or to be a paid speaker. It doesn't mean you'll know everything. I don't promise that because, a book can't do that. You need to actually do the thing, but you'll know what you need to be doing, what you need to be practicing. So I talk about the transformation, not the contents of the book. And this is the blurb that goes on Amazon. This is the blurb that goes on the back of your book. Always talk about the transformation that your book is offering. Now, obviously, that's not for fiction, but I'm not talking to fiction authors right now, am I? All right. Number 3, no reviews, no trust. And I know this is a hard one. I know this because I struggle with it myself. I have fantastic books and hardly any reviews because I just haven't figured it out. Now that said, I'm working on a report right now. I'm going to be doing it and seeing if I can use the strategies I've researched, what's working this year, see if I can make it work for me. If that's true, then I will have something for you. But basically, reviews are a digital version of referrals. So when someone goes to Amazon and they see a book and it has reviews that say, this book was awesome. This book helped me do this. Because I read this book, this happened. They're like, okay, I get that. I think this book is legit. If they go and they see a book that has no reviews, now I'm not saying everybody's like this. I buy books all the times that have no reviews. But when a person's being really finicky and they want a specific result and you can give it to them and your book doesn't have reviews, they're less likely, unless they know you, to buy the book. So reviews are really important. And you can start priming the pump for reviews before the book is even published. And then, of course, there are a lot of rules about getting reviews. If your book is on Amazon, you cannot buy reviews. You cannot bribe reviews. All you can do is give someone a copy or, they can buy a copy. And then you can say, pretty please, will you leave a review? And that is what makes it so challenging because a lot of people, they have all the intent to write a review. I have tons of books I want to write a review for, but I haven't finished reading them and I don't feel right. Blah, 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 blah. And it takes me forever to read, blah, 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 blah. Life happens. Reviews aren't top of mind for people. So one thing I have been doing that has been helping a little bit is every once in a while in my email newsletter, I'll say, hey, if you've read one of my books and haven't written a review on Amazon, could you do that for me, please? I don't know if everyone in my list has read every one of my books. I'm pretty sure they haven't, but they probably read one. Very likely they've read one. Or they're going to go out and buy one because they liked what I have in my newsletter. So that's one thing you do. Again, I've got a research report that I'm going through, and I will have more on that topic later. But reviews are really important. Number 4, follow through strategy after launch. This is some people don't do this at all. And the thing is, you need to be continuously marketing your book after it launches. That's I don't know how many times I've said this on this show. You market your book until your book is no longer relevant to your business. Basically, that's it. You're talking about it on social. You're talking about it on podcasts, like I did with Public Speaking Superpowers. You're talking about it on your email newsletter. You're always talking about your book. Now, if you have multiple books like I do, mix it up. Sometimes I'll talk about Public Speaking Superpowers. Sometimes I'll talk about Serve Up Your Book, because those are my 2 favorite that I've written. Sometimes I'll talk about some of the other books I've written, Home Sweet Homepage, Bonkers for Bunk Cakes, Your Perfect Pie. It all starts with an idea. You can make it to the finish line. These are all books I've written that have really good content in them. And when it's appropriate, I bring them up. And number 5, the first few pages must prove value fast. Now, there's a caveat to that. This is primarily because of the peek inside feature on Amazon. People actually do peek inside your book, read what's there, and decide, do I like this author or not? So whatever's in that peek inside has to prove the value of the book quickly. If you don't select what pages to go in there, it will be the first few, which means it'll include the dedication. It'll have the table of contents and it will have your intro. It probably won't even get to your chapter 1. And often all that information doesn't prove the value of your book quickly. The table of contents, maybe. So there is a feature where you can choose what's in the peek inside. Choose the juiciest chapter of your book and make that part of it. So there you go. 5 things that if you aren't doing them right, could be killing your credibility and lowering the sales of your books. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.
Bloopers!
Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Karma. This is the episode that should have been recorded yesterday, but I was in the ER, so I wasn't able to do it. I'm feeling marginally better today. It's going to be a little bit of a long haul. Oh well, such is life. The show must go on, right?